Hello, 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 everybody. I'm just going to wait for a couple of you to pop on here real quick. I know I already did a live today, but we're going to make a quick card in today's live. So I'm going to make a Veterans Day card. Tomorrow is Veterans Day, and I want to thank all the veterans for serving and supporting our military and our country. I come from a military family, and I really understand that life, and it can be a little difficult and sacrificial. And those men and women really do a lot for us to be away from their families, to take care of us, to be in other countries in the line of fire and so on. So I really do appreciate that. My father was in the military. He is buried at a military graveyard. He was in for 20 years in the Army. My sister, as you guys know, I've mentioned her a few times. Here she is. Oops. Where's the camera at? Here she is when she was in. Kelly, she was in the Air Force. My two brothers are in the Navy. My uncles, my cousins. So a lot of people in the military. So thank all of you for what you do for us. So we're going to make a quick card here using this Blue Knight rubber stamps image. This is called For Those Who Served. It's a nice silhouette image. And then I have the sentiments that kind of go along with that, which is God Bless America. And we're going to do this really quick. It's not going to take too long here, I hope. So I already have the stamp mounted in my MISTI, and because it is a red rubber stamp, we took the little foam piece out, and I want to stamp that down. We're going to use the VersaFine Clair in black, and then we're going to heat emboss it with some clear embossing powder. So first thing I want to do is my anti-static tool. And then we're going to use this VersaFine Clair. Oh, I see you guys jumping on there. I know, I'm not doing a video on foiling. No, we're taking a break from the foiling. And I like this VersaFine Clair ink because it's super black when it stamps. And also you have a little bit of working time to get that embossing powder on there. Okay, so this is why I use the MISTI, because you can see right here it didn't stamp all the way. We're going to put a little bit more ink in those spots. I think the rest of it's okay. My card panel is a little wider. I didn't cut it down, but that's okay. Okay, that's pretty good. Nice and dark and black. Now I carefully want to get my super strong magnet off of here. I need to put new washi tape on there. Okay, I'll move that aside. And I want to do my heat embossing. And for this, I'm going to use Brutus Monroe's Icicle, which is their ultrafine clear embossing powder. Oops. All right, we're going to get the heat gun out and heat that up. Okay, so now we're going to use this as an emboss resist. So I thought we would try out using the beautiful Distress Oxide inks in a Candied Apple and Blueprint sketch of kind of doing this red, white, and blue thing. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but we're going to try it out. I do have foam applicators that are just for the Distress Oxide inks. So we're going to start with the red, and the red I'm just going to very lightly just do the top edge of the paper. Actually, I think I want to cut this down to card front size. So let me cut this down to 5 by 3 3/4. And I'm just going to start off the edge of the top there and bring that color in. So because we did the clear heat embossing on that, it's going to resist that on the image. It's not going to smear, and we're still going to have that nice raised image. So all I'm doing is bringing the ink down and just kind of slowly fading it out. I probably should have used Bristol Smooth because it would have blended better, but that's all right. We're using Nina here. It's not that big of a deal. And as we go down, it will blend itself out. Not too bad there. Now the center portion, I'm going to leave white. And let me just wipe the mat up here real quick. We don't want any of that ink transferring. We don't want purple. All right, so now we're going to do the bottom portion in Blueprint Sketch, which is our blue. A nice fresh sponge on my distress tool here, inking tool, blending tool. And just slightly, and then again, I'm going to come up from the bottom of the page and work my way up. And I just go in small circular motions and pull that ink up. Now, Bristol paper would not have allowed me to make that little dab there. Bristol paper would have blended out. So I'm just going to have to put some more ink on until I can get that blended out. And again, just pulling that color upwards. Okay. So once again, we're going to clean up our work surface here. Just spray a little bit of water, wipe it down. And then what I'm also going to do is just wipe down my embossed image. And that way any ink that's sitting on top of there will be taken off. Okay, so we have this red, white, and blue image. Now I have a piece of blue cardstock. I'm going to mat this on, which I'm going to cut to 5 1/4 by 4. Just to give it something to mat on. Card based here. Okay, and I want to stamp my sentiment before we mount that on there. So let's see what we got here. Thank you. God bless America, the land that I love, in memory of many, in honor of all. Heroes don't wear capes, they wear dog tags, from A Grateful American, and then some nice stars on there. So I think I will use thank you, because we are thanking. And then I can put from A Grateful American on the inside of the card. So let's stamp that first. And because we already have the Distress Oxides out, I'm going to do that on the inside quick. Just going to use Blueprint Sketch. That's what I like about the Oxide inks, is you can stamp with them as well as do effects on them. With the Distress regular inks, you can't really stamp with them because the ink beads up on the stamp. But the Distress Oxide inks, because they're like a hybrid ink and they have a little pigment in there, voila. So that'll be on the inside. That'll take just a second to dry. It doesn't take very long. And then on the outside here, I think I'm going to do the thank you. I think I'm going to do that just in the VersaFine Clair. Now, when I have a stamp like this and it's a rubber stamp and I can't see through it, you can either use your Missy, or I look through my clear block. I line up my stamp on the mat, and then I can make sure that it is straight. I think it's straight. We'll find out. And then if you're not sure, you can always stamp it out on a piece of scratch paper and see how it looks. Oh yeah, that looks good. So I'm just going to stamp. Where do I want it? I think I want it right here in this center. Again, just lining up my card. Give that a second for the ink to transfer. And it's crooked. Oh well, we're going to live with it. And I'm not going to heat emboss that. Now you know it's handmade. It's crooked. No machine made that one. All right, so we're just going to put some glue down on our panel here using the May glue. And then I have very heavy, large stamping block I'm going to put on there just to let that cure a second. This glue is very quick to dry, so it does not take long at all. And there we have our very quick and easy Veterans Day card, or you could make it into a Memorial Day card or a 4th of July card, you know, whatever you have reasoning for, to be very patriotic and grateful to those who serve. So again, I use the Blue Knight rubber stamps. Where'd the card go? I don't know what I did with the card. Oh, it's under my Misty. Okay, so this is for those who served. It's a nice silhouette stamp from Blue Knight Rubber Stamps. And then again, the sentiments are also Blue Knight Rubber Stamps, and they are called God Bless America. And here we have our final card. And I think I will send this off to my dad's best friend as a thank you to him. So there we go, guys. If you have any questions about anything I use, post them down below. If I were to recreate this card, I would do it on Bristol Smooth cardstock because it does blend a little easier. I wasn't thinking about that when I started to film this, but I would use Bristol Smooth because it will make it a lot easier to blend those out and you won't have any blotches on it. And thanks for watching, guys, and keep on stamping. Bye.